Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. It is the Monday, no, not Monday, Tuesday evening edition of the Burning River Browns Talk of the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining me. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on X. I want to thank the ladies of the Squad Pod for giving me a great lead in audience. Much appreciated. Also, I want to appreciate each and every one of you that comment, that reach out to me, want to discuss things, ask me for events, ask me to promote things. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that today at the end of the show. What I'm going to first do is we're going to talk about obviously the more NFL draft talk and the Greg Newsome 5th year option. Also, because Greg Newsome kind of ties in with the draft talk too, because there's some rumors going around that he might be traded. So we'll get into that. All right. And we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about that with the Browns talk. I can talk a little bit of Cavs too. And hey, guess what? The Indians won again. Yep, I call them the Indians here. Indians won again. They are starting out the first 23 games of this season at 17-6. They've only done that twice in the team's history: 1966 and 1999. 1966, they didn't make the postseason, and 1999 they made the postseason but lost in the divisional round to the Red Sox. So, okay, so let's go ahead and without any further ado, let's pause for a break from our sponsors. Okay, thank you. We're back. Appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate you all. All right, let's go ahead and talk Browns draft talk. Yeah, rumors are flying everywhere that Greg Newsome could be had for a third round pick. No, I don't think it'll take that. It would take at least a second round to tempt Andrew Berry. And even then, based on what I've heard from just other players, what I've heard from Newsom himself, and even what I've heard from Andrew Berry, he's probably staying. He's probably going to stay long term. And I would also guess it's safe to say they're going to pick up his 5th year option by May 1st, which is about 8 days away from today, because today's the 23rd. They have to pick up the 5th year option by May 1st, which I, of course, could see this team 100% doing that. And I'll give you a reason why. When you have an excellent, and I mean excellent, group of defensive backs, that's including Grant Delpit, that's including Juan Thornhill. Okay. That's including Martin Emerson, Denzel Ward, and Greg Newsome. That's an elite secondary. Why mess with it? Why screw with it? For absolutely no reason. We have that good of a back end of the defense. And what Jim Schwartz likes to do on defense is a lot of press man coverage while his defensive line and linebackers create the pressure and wreak havoc at the line of scrimmage. This makes sense to keep him. I could see the 5th year option being picked up on Newsom, and I can also see him getting signed long term by the end of the season. It's just one of those things. He is a very good defensive back. He can play the slot and he can play outside. Not many cornerbacks can do that. And there's not many defensive secondaries in the NFL that has 3 excellent cornerbacks that can cover, like Denzel Ward, Martin Emerson, and Greg Newsome. Yeah, them covering, and as much as good as the defensive line is too, that's going to make this defense elite. Don't mess with it. Plus, guess what happens? We all know this from last year in an NFL season. Injuries happen. I don't see him being traded unless it's a crazy offer that'll knock Andrew Berry's socks off, which I highly doubt that's going to happen. I see other trades happening, possibly with other teams and other things happening. I even don't see them trading from the 54th pick. I see them just taking their picks. I could see them, like I said before, and I'll keep repeating myself until I'm blue in the face. I could see them trading up from the later rounds to get an extra fourth and maybe even extra third round pick. I think they want to try to get four picks in the top 166 because the back end of this draft, these guys will not make our roster. They're not going to be good enough. That's how good our roster is right now. It's pretty much set. This draft doesn't really, that's why there's not a lot of hype and hoopla about it because we're not expecting of these draft picks to come in and contribute. It's not like it was 10 or 15 years ago when our hopes were on a first round pick that never played it down in the NFL. So, like I said, our season hinges on really the health of Watson and the health of Chubb and just everything coming together on offense because I think this defense is still going to be top rated in the NFL. And I think we're going to have a very good team. Hearing a lot of good things about the rehab of Chubb and Watson too. So let's just see how it goes in the next few months when it comes to that. I'm going to give you some programming notes right now. I will be back here tomorrow night at 9:30, but round one of the draft is Thursday night. And in lieu of doing this show, I am going to be on the Fanatical Elf show with John Suchan and the rest of the Fanatical Elves Network crew. And we're going to watch the draft and we're going to comment on it. So that's going to happen there. Friday night, 7 o'clock, I will be hosting Burning River Browns Talk Friday night with my co host, Sherry. From the Squad Pod and NEO Insiders, we will be having a draft watch party. We'll have people coming in. I'll be talking to people from the Dog Chug, ladies from the Squad Pod. Megan Donovan should stop by. Top Dog Tailgate is going to stop by too. Speaking of Top Dog Tailgate, please register for the May the 4th tailgate event at the Bark in the Park in Berea. Please register for that. It's for a good cause for the city dogs and adopting dogs. So it's going to be a wonderful time. Also, just so you know, May 1st, I am scheduled to be on the Dog Chug with Ed in Columbus and Ed in Columbus and the Dog Chug crew, and I think it's if I'm not mistaken, it's Cuyahoga Heights, Ray Cuyahoga Heights. So we're gonna keep going forward with that. Keep in mind, there's other things that are happening right now when it comes to the program. We went to the nights because of really it's easier to drop the podcast in the morning for the Megaphone and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That's really why they asked me to. So people are asking me why, what happened? Did you move? That's the reason why. That's it. So just to go over everything again, what Thursday I'll be with the Fanatical Elves. You can still find me on the Fanatical Elves Network. I'll just be on a different show. And Friday, I'll be hosting the Friday night show. May 1st, I'll be on the Dog Jug. Guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Um, please register for the Top Dog Tailgate. It's at Top Dog Tail. It's at West Third and Summit is the place, is the Twitter handle where you can get all the information from. Much appreciated. I will also be giving away tickets to that event for 2 of the hours during the draft Friday night show. I'll be giving away. I'll be asking Browns trivia. I'll expect you to answer me in the comments. And I'm going to have one question on each hour. You get a pair of tickets to the Top Dog Tailgate event, and much appreciated for everything that you do. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are all Browns fans. People may question our sanity, but they can never question our loyalty. And always, always remember when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. You have a good night. I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you.